Hello, you lovely people. Just a bit of news here. You'll be hearing quite a bit about this over the next couple of months, so you're going to have to bear with me, I'm afraid. If I don't tell you about this, nobody else will. A new album. I've got a new album coming out. I'm very excited about it. You've had The Leopard in the Lamb, you've had The Rhymer in the Long-Tongued Room, you've had Running Through Chelsea with Mark Moulton as No Escape, and now you've got The Life and Times of Blue Larry and the Huguenot Kid. Whew, another great title. So this is the next album. There's Blue Larry is on this album. This is a song that Ed and I, well, if we weren't working on, I gave Ed the lyric back in, I don't know what it was, 1970, 71, something like that. And like with all lyrics I gave him, some he would work on and some he didn't. We didn't get around to doing this because, well, the band broke up, as you know. We were planning the next album. We had our ideas about what we wanted to do. But this particular song didn't get worked on, so it sat in the drawer for, what is that, 50 odd years or something, I don't know. And I pulled it out, well, maybe 3-4 months ago and thought, well, I'll give it a try. I'll work on it myself. So that's a standout track on this album. It's almost a quarter of an hour long, 14 minutes long. It's the tale of Blue Larry. He's a bottom feeder in the underbelly of LA. He's in the, what shall I say, adult film industry. Makes a lot of money. He's got a crippled mother who used to be able to dance, but she can't anymore, so she's got a wheelchair. And he goes from success to success, yeah, to, yes, you guessed it, to utter failure. So it's a long tale, but it's a standout track on the album. That's why the album, it also names him. And then you've got the story of one of my ancestors, James Daltrey, or Daltrey. He was a craftsman in France. He was a fan maker. You know, the spines of a fan in those days were made of ivory or bone, ivory unfortunately, but a lot of them were just made of bone. He was a bone worker. And in fact, many of his ancestors continued that trade and rose up very high in the worshipful order of fan makers, which still exists, I think. I went to their place in London. Yes, I did. So there you are. He came across, him and his wife, Catherine, escaped from France because they were being persecuted. They were Protestants, part of the Huguenot sect. And the prevailing religion in those days in France was Catholic, so he was being persecuted. So they fled from France and came to England, which was allowed in those days. There were no border controls. It was perfectly legal for him to do so. And he settled in the East End, where I was born 300 years later, and still remember some of it as well. But that's the story of the Huguenot James Daltrey and Blue Larry, and they sort of bracket the album. On the vinyl, you've got vinyl, a limited run of vinyl. So for those fans who like vinyl, that's why the label has done this. There's a limited run of vinyl, and then there's CDs, of course, and downloads. You can pre-order now. You can pre-order the album now, album, vinyl or CD or whatever. You can order that from today. And when you do that, you'll also get a code to download what will be 2 singles, if you want to call them that. I think the label calls them singles. Tracks released early before the album comes out. You'll get a download code for those, so you can download those prior to receiving your delivery of the album. Singles in our day used to run down to Woolworths with your 2 and 6, and a little plastic disc in a paper sleeve, and when you got it home you quickly wrote your name on the top, because if you took it to a party so everyone could listen to it, you wanted to make sure it had your moniker on it so you could bring it home. Oh, I went off on a tangent there. So there you are, a brand new album coming out The Life and Times of Blue Larry and the Huguenot Kid. There'll be more news coming along. The box set, it's still going. It's still ticking over. There's been a minuscule amount of progress on that. It might emerge in my lifetime, I don't know, or Dan's, maybe yours or your grandchildren's, if they can enjoy it, if they're fans of Kaleidoscope. But yeah, it will come out. I mean, the label is still with it. They're still happy to proceed. So, of course, I'll tell you anything about that as it comes up, but it's pointless me keep popping on here and mentioning it because there's nothing a lot happening at the moment. But yeah, the new album's out in November. You can order it from today, vinyl, CD and download. And as always, a massive thank you for your support. It's been tremendous. You know, I've had a long career after the band. I know you all love Kaleidoscope and Fairfield Parlour, and I appreciate that, and I know why you do. But you know, if you like that, then I urge you to listen to some of my solo stuff, because it's not a great remove from Kaleidoscope and Fairfield Parlour. Yeah, particularly, well, those two songs, Blue Larry and Huguenot, you wouldn't particularly imagine them other than coming from a Fairfield Parlour album, for instance. So thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. Pre-order from today. You can get it in November, but you know you'll get 2 singles prior to that, and you might even take delivery before sometime early in November. But thank you for listening and your support. Cheers. Have a nice weekend.